Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the Dragon Stars hit. So yes, here we have my first Dragon Stars figure, and only one at the moment since they're not really making a lot of stuff I'm interested in. But I really do like Hit, and there's not an SHF of him yet. So might as well get this one, and they are pretty good. Dragon Stars is Bandai America's Dragon Ball Z Super line that's been going on, and they are pretty quality figures at a lower price point. So certainly something worth picking up if you are a fan of Hit or other Dragon Ball type stuff. Now let's go ahead and zoom over the articulation, sculpt, paint, details, all those sorts of things.
Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison. Of course, here is Hit. Here's our standard Marvel Legends 6-inch Cosmic Armor Iron Man and 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universe Wolverine. Hit is actually almost the exact same size as a Marvel Legends figure, and of course bigger than a 3 3/4-inch figure. And here he is next to an S.H.Figuarts figure, which is Ultimate Gohan, because he was close by. And he is a little bit taller than him. I think that works, because Hit is supposed to be taller, so he seems like a good option for an S.H.Figuarts collection. Now let's go ahead and get everything else out of here and just look at Hit. Alright, moving on to our 360 spin. Here you can see Hit. He is mostly purple, and then his accents are this dark bluish-green kind of color. I don't know what you would call that specifically. So the arms are that color, and they have little purple elbow pads on them, and then his wrists have purple wrappings on them, and he's got bare hands. His pants are that greenish-blue color. He's got knee pads like the elbow pads, and then he's got boots with little bits of line work on them. His muscular detail and stuff is all pretty standard, and he's either got armor plating that looks like abs or just abs. And he's got his big skirt thing, which slightly inhibits articulation, but it's not too bad. So, all in all, he looks like Hit, and is perfectly acceptable. The only issue I really have is that the holes for the joints on these figures are very noticeable, but that's not a big deal. Now let's go ahead and zoom in on his head sculpt. Head sculpt-wise, Hit looks basically the way he should. He's got his sort of seam down the middle of his head's purple, he's got red eyes, he's got his little ear cuff things, and a pretty standard, neutral kind of expression. Looks fine. Obviously, you don't get alternate faceplates and stuff like you would with Figuarts, but this is a perfectly acceptable head to use for Hit. Now let's go ahead and zoom out and look at some articulation. Articulation-wise, Hit's pretty good. It's very similar to the articulation scheme they did for the Power Rangers Legacy line. Head rotates. It kind of moves forward and back, but the collar gets in the way a lot. Shoulders go in and out, forward and back. Bicep cut. Double jointed elbows. Wrist hinge and rotation. Waist cut. Hips go forward and back, in and out, rotate around on the joint, double jointed knees, and hinge and rotation and pivoting and everything in the ankles. So you should be able to get him into mostly any pose that you really need to. Now let's go ahead and move on to some accessories. Accessories-wise, Hit comes with 2 pairs of hands. He has 2 fist hands and 2 open palm blasting, grasping sort of hands. And of course you get your build figure piece for Zamasu, which is his skirt and his crotch piece. Certainly important if you want to build Zamasu. Now let's go ahead and move on to the packaging. Packaging-wise, Hit comes in the standard packaging for this line, which is a nice looking hanging windowed box. It's black and it's got like little lightning crackles all around it, Dragon Ball Super logo at the top, Dragon Stars series logo down there at the bottom, Hit, and on the back you get a picture of the other figures that are available, Trunks, Goku, and Hit, and then it lists the figures that are going to be in the wave after this, which are Vegeta, Goku Black, and Zamasu, and a picture of the Build-A-Figure. I don't really want any of the rest of these, but they might be worth picking up if you don't have Figuarts versions of them, or you just like this line. As usual, this kind of packaging is good for in or out of package display. So yeah, Hit.
Alright, that wraps it up for Hit. So until next time, goodbye.
Thanks for watching one of my videos. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like the video or subscribe if you would like to see my future content. If not, run away. Run away and never return. Also, feel free to support me on Patreon at patreon.com/vrreviews, follow me on Twitter at venomraptor09, or follow me on Instagram at instagram.com/vrreviews. Thank you, and goodbye.